going to the Acre and we're gonna get married. Going to the Acre and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and you're gonna get married. Going to the Acre of love.
Let's Tisch. We need the groom. Bring the groom. Woo! Welcome to your Tisch, Danny Greene. We are going to get you ready and pumped for your big day in just an hour or so from now. You're going to be married to the most amazing human being I've ever met, Daniella. Woo! But before we do that, we want to invite you to share some words of wisdom with us. Because this is the moment where we get to have a little bit of wisdom from you. You need your wisdom.
You need your jacket.
Gather in.
Sorry, my speech is in
Where's the coat?
speech is in a fresh jacket on me.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Woo!
Welcome. So we're here at Tisch. You already explained to
Yeah. We're Tisch ready.
We're Tisch ready.
Oh, yeah.
So part of a Tisch is me explaining to you a little bit about this week's Torah portion, which is actually the story of Noah, which some of you might be familiar with, right? A little.
I know a girl just.
Yeah!
Was a girl and the only girl that Daddy ever had. Heart so true, one who loves nobody else like you. I know a girl just like the girl that married dear old dad.
Yes! Woo! Look, I am. Yeah, actually, we need a little thing for Danny.
So the story of Noah's Ark.
I have one more, please.
A quick rundown, the story of Noah's Ark. A number of generations after Adam and Eve began to populate the world, God was disappointed.
World, we are the children.
We are the ones who make a better place to love living. Beautiful. So God was disappointed with the bad behavior of all of the people in the world. So I can't get no
Satisfaction.
All right, so he decided to wipe everybody out, to kill all of the people. But with, of course, with the flood. But he picked Noah, right, the most righteous in his generation, to build a big ark.
Generation. My generation.
To build a big ark that could fit his family and
family. Woo! Family. Woo! We are family. Woo!
For his family and every male and female of every single species of animal.
I am every woman.
Oh!
Thank you. Is that the one you asked me to sing at the bachelor party? Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. It was a big, smelly ark. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights, flooding the land. Then, of course, the water receded, and Noah and his family began to rebuild. and God committed to never destroy the planets
Bottom of page 2.
again.
Called how?
Lam kula gesher tsar meod. Gesher tsar meod. Gesher tsar meod. Kol halam kula gesher tsar meod. Gesher tsar meod. והעיקר, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר, לא לפחד כלל. איי, 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 ניי, 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 ניי,
Okay, so that was just the story. Now I get to actually interpret it a little bit and give you my take on the story.
Woo!
Story. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the Torah says,
Man named Brady.
all right, so the line in the Torah in the Bible is that
Torah, 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 Siva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Siva lanu Moshe.
hey, all right, so the line is Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless.
There's no tenderness.
Okay. Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his age. Okay.
I'm the only one of me. Baby, that's a part of me. Yes, yes.
Woo!
More water. So the question is, when it says in his age, what does this mean, right? Why is that? Why do we need that phrase in his age? And this question arises.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. I never gonna hear you say.
So you do the whole song.
I want it that way.
Where's Benny? Is Benny here? There he is.
Woo!
That's all Benny. We'll leave that to Benny.
over there.
Yeah. Okay. So it's typically understood, right, that it means in his age, right, among his peers and the time in which he lived, right? So what does that mean, right? Does that mean that it was just contextual, right? That those around him were so evil that it really didn't take that much
Change
for...
your evil way, baby.
Hey.
Before I start loving you.
Don't know this one.
No.
Baby. And every word that I say is true. You got me running and hiding all over town.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So the whole point is, right, like everybody was so evil that he didn't have to be that good to stand out, right? He wasn't that impressive. Or others say they give him the benefit of the doubt. And they
You don't impress me much.
Oh. Yeah.
nailed it. Nailed it.
Woo.
I just said it louder.
You have like 5 going through every second. I know you do. Okay. Others give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he was the most righteous in his generation, and had he lived in any generation, he would have been even more righteous. Okay? So this asks a question about human nature, right? Are we just a product of our environment, where we come from and those that are around us, or is there something internal and innate about us that makes us stand out and choose to live righteously, to choose to live well?
In the end, does anybody know this? You'll still be you.
No.
Oh.
You're all stumped.
Things you set out to do. Stand. Thank you.
Sly and the Family Stone. I digress. Go.
No problem.
Millennial music.
It's a great. No, we love Sly and the Family Stone. You might hear some. So, So there have been psychological studies that have actually looked at this question. You might know the Milgram study of the late 60s, where we learned that the majority of people will behave in love. So why should it be you and I should get along so awfully? People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. That when people are instructed, when they're told to do something that is evil or bad, they will do it.
Bad boys.
What you gonna do?
Do what you gonna do when they come for you, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
So the point is that we're inclined towards obedience, that we're inclined towards listening to authority, that it takes a special person to reject the wisdom of the crowd or any authority figure. So maybe this explains the specialness of Noah.
Speaking of wisdom and rejecting a crowd, I remember when I got on a boat with Danny and 600 other people, and everyone was looking around trying to find out who stacked up against who, and everyone was quiet until we saw some animals jumping, and Danny leapt up and said, "Dolphins! Dolphins! Dolphins!"
Yeah, here.
Thank you.
The dolphins!
Dolphins.
Woo! Dolphins! The dolphins!
Magical animals.
Woo!
Magical animals. Number 42. That was for you.
Get a refill.
Okay.
Thank you.
So maybe this explains the specialness of Noah and why he is a hero in our tradition.
I can be your hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. Thank you very much.
Tradition.
Tradition! 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 Tradition!
All right. He was one of those people who chose righteousness in the face of wickedness.
Olam chesed yibaneh, first song.
Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai, yadadai.
So what can we learn from this and from this story?
Never-ending story.
I really hope we get like Reading Rainbow in here. Maybe we learn that you don't have to be perfect, right?
Don't have to be rich.
To be my girl, you don't have to be cool to rule my world. Woo!
All right.
Tisch.
One, two, three. That's pretty good. All right. Noah definitely was not perfect. Later in the story, he gets super drunk, walks around blacked out and naked. This is true. You can look it up. It's in the Bible.
Yeah, so take off all your clothes. I am getting too hot. I want to take my clothes off.
I don't think it was. Oh, yeah, your bachelor party, different story. We're not going there. And yet, despite, yeah, you remember. And yet, we still honor his commitment to having a true north, a central compass, for acting from a place of love and kindness and generosity and mercy.
Love. Bam, ba, da, ba, dam. All you need is love. Ba, ba, da, ba, da. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
Shall I keep going?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
So, yeah. I know, I got more Torah.
If anybody has other toasts or other things they want to give, feel free to say them at any time. Yeah.
To just go for it. Okay, so yes, this is what we learned: kindness, generosity, mercy, and compassion from Noah. Take one. All right. Take two. Oh. All right. Okay, take two. All right. This is a different story. So we often think about Adam as being the father to whom we're all connected, right? Adam and Eve. But the same can be said.
I like big butts and a
Cannot lie, you other brothers can't deny. Girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your space, you get sprung.
Totally related. Thank you. But the same can be said from Noah, in addition to Adam, that he is also the father of all people, right? And so according to the Bible, all descendants are from Noah, no matter what religion we practice, or our ethnicity, or our place of origin. So this story this week is about being a righteous person, is about that being a righteous person is not meant for just a select group of people that were given the Torah. It's something that's for everyone. This is what we're all commanded to do.
Wait, is this when I jump in with Torah?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
I am not chosen. But Danny taught me, he was talking about a trip I was going on, and he said there's a great phrase called Tikkun Olam.
Tikkun Olam. Yeah.
And I have held on to that for the last 4 years. And Danny, that's who I think you are, right? You brought all these faiths together. You bring all these people together because you are constantly, from a Torah position, putting the world back together for God's glory and kindness.
Woo! Yes! 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 He did! Yes! So,
Beautiful. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. From the story of Noah, the rabbis determined that there are ethical laws that actually pertain to all people, including.
I fought the law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
These laws that are commanded of all people, regardless of religion or ethnicity or anything, include the ethical treatment of animals, fairness in the courts and rule of law, and prohibitions against violence, theft, and idolatry. It's again amazing to me that this Torah portion is all about us living together in peace and harmony despite our differences. Okay. Take three. And this is my final one.
Woo! Yes!
This is my final one.
Tishing it up.
Yeah, where is it? And 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Okay, so final thing. So, after the flood, God made a commitment to humanity, a covenant to always be a positive guiding force and to never destroy the world again. And the symbol of this commitment that made from God was
Someday it's out there.
Oh! The rainbow, there's eyes that I do once in a lullaby.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we definitely did not know that this was the Torah portion where God came with a rainbow when we chose this date for our wedding. When I told Daniella, guess what? This is the rainbow Torah portion, she almost hit the floor. She was shocked. We're here celebrating our love and our relationship, which began on June 26th.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
No more.
What is love?
All right, cool. which began on June 26, 2015, the day that marriage equality passed the Supreme Court.
Woo!
So-
And we're all get married. Go to the chapel and we all can get married.
The symbol of the rainbow as a symbol of pride and choosing authenticity as a
name of love, what more in the name of love?
is a celebration that love. This is a symbol of pride and choosing authenticity, and a celebration that love is.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Do, 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 do.
Ooh, I'm getting hot.
Yeah.
Is a celebration that love is all powerful. So we honor this week's Torah portion. We honor Noah. We honor all the lessons that we got from the rainbow, and we honor that love is love.
Woo! Love it, love! L'chaim! Woo! We have time for 2 blessings. Who would like to bestow a blessing on this man during his tish?
Or stories
I'll fix that
are
for you.
good too. Stories
You
are
got it.
fine.
There we go.
I'm talked out.
There you go.
All right.
Here.
Go for it, Keith. Go for it, Keith.
Yeah, come on, come on.
I know which story's coming.
That story?
Yeah.
We can tell one story. I mean, are there any kids here? Besides me?
It's okay.
It was only a story that I may or may not have prevented Danny from his future freedom. We were at, where was the wedding? Oh,
Roanoke,
yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah, it was Brad Rose's wedding. And we just said we were having a little late night fun on the Friday night before the wedding. And gosh, how can I put this politically correct or put it right way?
Just put it right out there.
Yeah, we were just enjoying some smoke, as it goes. And then one thing led to another.
Herbs.
And
Herbs. A little herbs.
One thing led to another, and Danny was detained by security, and they were threatening to call the police, which couldn't believe it. But one thing led to another, and I just saw that Danny also may have been holding something behind his back, and then we didn't know what was going to happen like that. So I kind of saw what everything was going on, strolled over, got in Danny's ear, and said, "Why don't you just give me that?"
Hand off.
Walked away, went upstairs. Next, I took one quick look back, and Danny goes, "What? I don't have anything." And after that, it all and then everything went out clear. Maybe the pizzas that we ordered late night. Courtney got a little upset that other people were eating them, but Danny remained free and clear for them. And
Woo! Chaim!
more.
Oh,
Love you.
and then I went upstairs because you still had the stuff.
And still have.
Other stories, other blessings.
Okay, on that note,
Okay.
on that same vein.
Okay.
So Danny had come home. He'd been living home for a little bit, and he had taken the room, and he just kind of opened his stuff and left it on the floor in the room. No problem. But we forgot to tell him, close the door when you leave, because the dog will, if you have anything to eat, the dog will find it. And so he's out. It was during the NBA playoffs, because Joe and I went out for the night. We come home, and we're just getting ready to go to bed. And I was like, "Have you seen Lulu? Have you seen the dog anywhere?" And she's like, "No, what?" And I walk in the other room, and Lulu is splayed out on the floor with her tongue hanging down. Her tongue hanging down like this, and her tail going, boom. Boom. And I crawl down on the ground, and I'm looking in her eyes. I'm like, "Oh my God, she's dying. She's dying." And I go to pick her up, and she goes like this, right? She's just nothing. So I go to pick her up. I'm like, "Joe, this is a problem. What are we gonna do?" I pick her up, and as I'm walking out, I see a piece of paper on the floor, and I pick it up,
and then I see a piece of tinfoil on the floor, and I pick it up. On the paper, it says chocolate cannabis.
Ah.
And so now it's like, oh my God, she's stoned. So we're driving now. Joanne's driving to the vet, and I'm holding the dog here, and she's incontinent, and she's going to the bathroom all over me. And I called Danny on the phone, and LeBron James had just hit a shot to win the championship or a division title. And he picks up the phone and he goes, LeBron! Woo! LeBron! Woo! Danny! Stop! You're killed Lulu! What? He's like, did you have any edibles? And he's like, yeah. He's like, great. Long story, we take her to the vet. They're like, oh, you live in Marin County. It happens all the time. Don't worry about it. So they charcoaled her up. And to Danny, to commemorate it, Danny bought a tag for it that said, Lulu Greene, flip it over, I eat edibles.
Yeah! To Lulu! To Lulu! Woo! Woo!
Last night we did to Lulu too.
Oh, good. Good.
Riddle for you. What is a very sweaty pre-wedding ceremony referred to as?
1, 2, 3.
A Schwitz Tisch.
Schwitz Tisch. Woo!
We're gonna do Carson and Fernando, and then a couple more.
Okay.
We got time.
Great, you're in.
Mr. Danny Greene. Oh, he doesn't have any stuff.
Refill.
We've done, 15 countries, a lot of work, a lot of life together. And I just have to say there is no one that connects a good time, good people, and God more than you. And we've been blessed to hang out with you every day, watch you grow with your family and with all of your friends, and watch you grow through this relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, you built something beautiful here, and you looked at every piece and under every rock before you made your choice, like you do in so many things. And being next to you during that experience has been a joy, and being with you today is an honor. We love you. You are just the greatest of men.
Oh, here, Danny.
Menchi.
Okay, I have many stories with Danny Greene. And I'm sure he could grill me more than I can grill you. But there's one thing that really stands out for Danny, and it's the amount of lessons and learning that I have from you. Because you're my brother, but you're also my teacher. And I just have so much deep appreciation and love for you, for everything that you've shared with us. But there's one specific situation that I'll never forget. And it's a little more funny. But a couple months ago, he sent us all a beautiful email saying that he wasn't drinking. And I highly value that, and I respect that, and that's why we're all drinking water. So, l'chaim to that.
L'chaim.
But there was one time we were playing categories. We were drinking categories, leaving Brazil, going to Cuba. And part of the game was it with beer or was cachaça? Yeah. I think it was with beer. And it was letter B. And we had to say a drink with the letter B. And he had a Budweiser beer right in front of him. And he went for an entire minute without being able to say a drink with the letter B. So, l'chaim, Danny Greene, I love you.
Here. Danny Greene, the teacher.
Yeah.
Woo!
L'chaim, thank you.
Danny's got one.
So, those of you that know
Thank you.
he's the man that says yes. And those of you that know me know that I don't always say yes as much. But having the opportunity to live with Danny and to get to know him and to go on adventures together has put me in some situations that I may not have otherwise said yes to. I hate mountain biking. I'm terrible at it. It's extremely dangerous, and I do not recommend it. However, this man has gotten me on that mountain bike 2 or 3 times at least, and I still have the scars to prove it. The other moment that comes to mind is we were camping in the woods in Big Sur, probably the most romantic night of my life. And we had found this little campsite in a grove of trees up in the hills, and it was getting dark, and there was absolutely no fires allowed. Like fire, it's a big deal in California, right? It's a huge deal. In our campsite, someone had made a fire previously, and Danny was like, we should have a fire. I was like, absolutely not, we are not having a fire. And he's like, well, I mean, we've got some water right here, it'll be fine, we'll have a fire. And I was like, oh, Danny, I don't know, man. I don't think that's a good idea. And so he went to do his thing. He said yes to making a fire, and he was just working at it. He's not very good at starting fires.
Gotten better.
He's working at it, 30 minutes. He's like trying to get this fire to start. The fire starts. The Ranger car pulls up immediately.
Oh.
Headlights. $400 ticket later, we got to say yes to a fire. To Danny Greene.
To Danny Greene and his fire. Woo! L'chaim.
Thank you.
So we're gonna do the last song. I know we're under the sun. I'm gonna ask us to like really carve out our Tisch energy that we started this Tisch with. This is the last song, and then we're literally gonna sing Danny down the stairs to when we'll break off for the ketubah, and then everyone else will go to ceremony. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So if you don't know this, you can
What do you need?
either clap, follow along, yai die die. All of that is good. We are giving him a towel. Keith, we're giving him a towel. Thank you very much.
Don't worry,
We're
it's
on
only been
page
used by
4.
6 people already.
And we're going to start off slow. It's traditional that when you hear the word chatan in Hebrew, it means groom. We do a very groomy voice, chatan. And kala, which means bride, we do a kala voice, which is really for another conversation.
Sunscreen.
Normative.
Okay, yes, I got it.
Don't worry.
So we're gonna start off like this. Ready? Yes.
Shama Yehuda Uvechutzot Yerushalayim Kol Yeshama Yehuda Uvechutzot Yerushalayim Kol zason ve'kol simcha Kol chatan ve'kol kala Kol zason ve'kol simcha Kol chatan ve'kol kala Ay 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 ay